the story and actually understand
Sure.
why.
Yeah, and when you pardon me, when you combine genres, I think it's a really smart thing for filmmakers to do because you're appealing to a broader audience, right? If you made a car movie that was strictly about cars, okay, cool, but you're kind of alienating a large percentage of your potential audience who is not really interested in cars. But if you turn it into a car movie that has a lot of elements of humor or drama in there, then you're appealing to a lot more people. And then you've got a different or more unique storyline as well. And I think genre combinations is something that we see in films from many different countries around the world. One that comes to mind, do you remember the movie Her with Joaquin Phoenix and Scarlett Johansson? Yeah, exactly. So Joaquin Phoenix plays Theodore, a man who falls in love with his AI voice assistant named Samantha, and that character was played by Scarlett Johansson. AI voice was Scarlett Johansson, and that is a perfect example. That was a Spike Jonze film, if I remember correctly, and that's a combination of humanity versus technology. And I think that these types of combinations work very well because of the complexity of what it is to be
precisely
a human.
Complexity, yeah, of what it is. Because I think this kind of trend has been here in the Chinese movie industry for quite a long time. It's not exactly a new thing for this year, but it's getting more and more prominent in this year. That is to say, instead of picking a value that can be shared by almost everybody and then making a comedy, we started to see more and more movies trying to discuss this relatively complicated and controversial issue and topic with the form of a movie with a lot of funny lines and funny plots in it, making it a comedy. So that's definitely a good thing. And another trend we're looking at for this year, a trend or maybe relatively and female theme. YOLO is definitely a very good and very successful example. We talked about this is the discovery of oneself, basically, trying to figure out how to be, how to love yourself better from a female perspective. And this is already her second work. The first work is also quite impressive. Actually, the previous film, 你好，李焕英, Hello, Li Huanying, which grossed 5.4 billion yuan, and this one is like 3.5 billion yuan. So both are quite successful. And definitely, we've already touched upon 好东西, her stories in one of our previous ones, just a little bit, but I know Yushen has watched that movie.
Actually,
I like it.
I quite like it, actually, and I think it is kind of a rare gem.
Chinese movie theater, And, after watching it, I just felt very happy and entertained by this movie. This design is clever, and the pacing is tight, and it doesn't miss out on, all of these interesting little Easter eggs, I would say. You can see a lot of memes that was trendy online, or just some interesting facts.
That's always the sign of a good movie, right?
Yeah.
When people start quoting it afterwards, things like that.
Yeah, and also the jokes are abundant and fun. Not that kind of that, makes you burst out laughing, but that kind of thing that makes you have it kind of, I get it, and a kind of a knowing smile.
You relate to
Yeah,
the